welcome to another episode of SRBTV. I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And of course, on today's episode, we are dealing with the season finale of of The Punisher.
Yes, Netflix is The Punisher from Marvel.
Yeah, so we also like to thank the thousands of people who watched our first video.
Yes,
our
season premiere episode
of The Punisher. Thank you.
Thank you, definitely.
Where we're done, guys saying guys who say holy shit and holy fuck a lot will get over 1,000 views on a guy who does that kind of thing that warrants a response.
Yeah, exactly.
So last we left off
from the season premiere from our episode, pretty much.
We saw that Frank took care of Donnie's problem.
Yes.
Amazingly, took care of it. However, somebody was watching him. And that somebody was David Lieberman, aka Microchip. Well, I'm gonna go into that. Aka Microchip in the comics, but in this show, aka Micro. So, it's been a season.
It's been one hell of a season so far.
So, let's start off by saying, I'm gonna personally say this, I know we don't see season reviews till the end. This has been my favorite Marvel Netflix season since season 1 of Daredevil.
Yeah, I think I have to agree on that.
Honestly, it has. The way they've done it, because they could have easily just made this sorry, I forgot the term. Like a John Wick episode by episode.
Yeah,
kind of show.
How kind of show that went by.
But luckily, it doesn't. It actually not only does it take its time, but makes you appreciate Frank. It makes you appreciate what Micro has had to go through with his family. It makes you appreciate even the person you're supposed to hate, the Homeland Security agent, Madani.
Yeah, but pretty much we'll leave more of our reviews of the season till afterwards, pretty much, because we're only giving a little bit.
I'm going up to that point. I'm getting there. And we'll talk about the rest of characters in the season review, but for the most part, we've led up to this point. Now, on episode 12, we see Frank finally not only do we see David finally reunite with his family, Micro finally reunite with his family, but we also see that Frank finally is able to kill Agent Orange. And just before
Rollins,
and just before Billy Russo, which we'll get into that later.
It's a whole different story.
Before Billy kills him is when luckily the federal agents show up and Billy gets away for now.
Exactly, and it's a very and pretty much it's getting very interesting because of where it's leading up to.
Because originally the plan, according to the head FBI agent, was for Agent Orange to take care of the Frank situation and then throw Billy under the bus.
Exactly.
That's not the case anymore.
No, it's not.
And now the last target remaining on Frank's map for revenge for his family
is Billy
Russo.
Yes.
Now, of course, any comic book fan knows just by hearing that name, Billy Russo is the one that
eventually becomes Jigsaw.
Not that Jigsaw, but Jigsaw. If that made any sense.
Not at all.
Sorry.
But no, he becomes one of Frank's pretty much #1 type of villain eventually, which is Jigsaw. You know, and that's who he becomes at some point. So hopefully maybe we get a shot of that, or maybe maybe he does something like how we were discussing. Maybe he somehow gets a shrapnel to his face somehow, or it messes up his face badly. That's the only thing we could think of.
Or you think we get a Burton Batman moment? The mirror. The mirror.
Yeah, the mirror. Give me the mirror. Yeah, because throughout the season, he's all about his looks. If you think about it, he's always about his looks.
We discussed this when I got through episodes 2 through 12. We discussed that where it's like he has a pretty boy face, so of course he's gonna be the one with the scarred look for his villain.
Because he always likes to dress snappy. And because remember, even Frank always told him that going, you always liked wearing a suit, didn't you? You always look good and looking snappy. And it's like, you see all of this, and it's like he's very sensitive to his looks and things like that. But let's just dive right into this, just to see what we're getting ourselves into for the finale, for Season 1, Episode 13, Memento Mori. So let's just dive right into this and see what's going to happen to Frank and what's going on with everybody else's characters. So let's do this.
Ooh. God, the last episode was the bloodiest, though. Hands down the bloodiest.
Oh, yeah. The last episode.
There was just blood everywhere.
Oh, here we go.
Oh look, speaking of blood. Last episode, Frank made his choice.
Yeah.
He had to stay.
We had to, yeah. Another thing we're gonna bring up to.
Oh yeah, but that's when we have full discussion.
Dad! I need your help, please. He needs your help.
Please, he's barely breathing.
Tina, who's this man?
I'll explain it later. I won't have you right now.
Oh, I forgot she's a doctor. I forgot
Her parents are.
Who that man is? Everything else can wait.
So remember what Micro said. Go to the hospital. Hospital are police.
That's the best way to put it from now on. Hospitals are police.
I
made a choice.
We're breaking the law.
No, not yet.
Farah,
Technically.
Technically.
Gina que bish me kharakon kharakon is.
The rules of freedom fighter.
Fighter, there you go.
I thought her father passed. Is that just her
No.
stepfather?
What's happening, Frank? What's happening?
There's a severe trauma to the chest. I think it's a broken
Well, it
rib.
seems like he's one of those pretty much who probably is on Frank's side of what he's been doing
Don't
lately.
treat it your friend.
Out of everybody to go to, though.
Give me that.
Frank.
Oh, he has to do the lung. Oh, I hate this.
We need to get the air into his lungs.
Shit.
Because he's got blood going into his lungs.
Oh,
For him.
I hope he was.
Yeah, because remember before he left, he got a bullet in his arm.
Good old liquor.
Just as he was about to kill him, they shot him in the arm. Or at least she shot him in the arm.
Oh,
Really, they're-
Homeland. I think it's
Yeah,
Homeland.
it looks like it's Homeland.
Homeland or the guys who work for Agent Orange.
Well, he's dead already, so. Wait, I'm trying to see what it says in the back.
Because if it's FBI or no, if it's CIA on their backs, that means.
DHS.
Homeland. So, but now they sent them.
But why two people? It's like, you know this guy's just like, Frank.
I think they're already stretched out as it is, and she only has so much she can still do.
Yeah,
I
right.
see, look, there's more than one. You know what I love about what this show did? He's essentially an anti-Punisher. He just kills because he can kill.
Yeah. He just does what he's been trained to do. That's it.
Yeah,
And he uses it and he doesn't care.
yeah. It's weird how they did that in this show. He's just
I like how they're doing the music though. He's just naturally
he's just a very surreal mirror opposite.
Which is pretty cool because it's like in a lot of heroes and villains, there's always the opposite side of them.
Oh, this
That's not
scene.
like them, yeah.
There's this scene where I said, kind of looks like Adam Scott.
Yeah. And like I said though, it's like a lot of these Marvel characters pretty much, or even any type of superhero. There's always an opposite. Like their main villain a lot of the times is always like the opposite of them.
Yeah, and let's not forget too. We forgot to mention that too in our pre that the world knows Frank Castle's alive.
Yeah, they all know that he is fully alive.
So it's going to be even more difficult for him to even track down.
That's why pretty much remember that's why his parents were like, at least his mom was like, it's that man from the TV. When they were walking away with Frank, it's like it's that man from TV.
I hope his friend / VA guy is okay though, because he got his ass handed to him.
Oh yeah, big time.
There it is. That's one of my favorite lines. It's sad too, because it's like he beat me with my own leg.
Yeah, he beat me with my own leg. It's sad, even he felt like he was embarrassed, where he's like, I deserve this, it was very sad.
Looks like he got hit by a train.
That train's name
Sympathy.
was Castle.
Any word from Adani?
I like how I was like, I wasn't expecting her to be in this show.
Oh yeah, it's probably just shit on me.
Years running amok, and your pet agent just disappeared with the most wanted man in New York. Don't waste the chance I've given you.
Fucking glasses, are you serious?
The shirt and the glasses.
They just throws it off completely.
Completely throws it off.
Go. Please don't pretend differently.
It took 2
two men painted as criminals and traitors to do what none of you was willing to do.
We didn't know.
Oh, shit. You didn't want to know. Castle
Yeah,
was
it's true.
You didn't want
to
to
give
know.
us all the evidence we'd ever need. Taking him into custody when he overpowered me and escaped.
That's bullcrap. We all know that's bullcrap.
Even he's like, that's bullcrap.
Dina, cut the shit.
You assisted a wanted terrorist in his escape.
Did I? We all need to be wary of accusations without proof. Like, say, someone accusing a decorated CIA official of running an illegal heroin operation.
Oh,
Good point.
Or the government department's colluded to keep it quiet.
I know you're older than me, but try me, bitch.
What have you done here?
What
I did what was right. Now you have a choice. You can arrest me, or you can let me do my job.
Good point. Okay.
Her balls just grew 2 sizes that
That day. her balls grew too.
Oh, damn. Micro's family. Shit they've been through. She's seen her husband technically die twice. Yeah, that's just.
It's like,
Where do you start? Oh yeah.
They start from scratch and just do this all over again. No, it's not. It's hard. It's hard. You saw your husband die almost twice.
And you let a known vigilante into your house.
Oh, this guy.
Thank God.
Oh no.
Oh no! No, I was joking in episode 1. And I read episode 1 where he's like, oh yeah, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Looking for this?
Please don't kill him. Please don't kill him. Please, I was kidding before.
How you doing, Billy? I've had better days. You blame him.
This series will have brought to you by Curie Coffee Maker.
Yeah, no, Kiri.
Come on, who gives a shit? Drugs? We'll come in somehow, might as well be us. And what? We killed a couple of Afghans. That's all they do. They kill
Wait.
each other.
Is that like a signal?
I was never heard of
I
that.
don't know.
Like with Karen and the flower?
You know, you two are almost exactly alike.
Yeah, call that.
You called it. Yeah.
It was a signal. It was a signal to Frank. Run! Oh! Please still be alive. Please still be alive.
Oh, like you got him together.
Like he got him like
Oh, in the
here.
shoulder. No, in the shoulder.
Clip him shoulder.
He's wearing the Punisher outfit.
Smart. I don't think he knew he was there. I think he knew he was watching. Because he'd be the first person.
That's
to
like
go
when you
to.
open up the windows like that to give Frank some type of possible.
I don't think he knew. I'm going with you. I don't think he knew.
Now, if I give you this phone, are you gonna shoot me?
Not right now.
Do you promise?
I'm not the one's been lying all this time, Curtis.
Oh, fuck you.
Send it over.
You're the one who's been lying this entire
Nighttime too. It's like it goes both ways.
Yeah. His lie was more of a positive. Your lie got people fucking killed.
Frank?
We're all went down.
Oh, that's right.
We're all went down.
We never seen what happened that day. We've seen like vague images.
Even in Daredevil, we saw big images.
You're gonna be too old for this.
Come get it while it's hot.
Look at these two.
Oh, fucking Billy was
He
there.
was actually there.
Hey, you. Your father has no sense of the romantic, just ask your mother. He was betrayed by his friend for money and fame.
That sucks.
That sucked.
Got the worst thing
It's
is
a reverse.
Foreshadowing.
It's a foreshadowing, but it's reversal.
Yeah.
Uncle Bill,
Hmm?
if you were an orphan,
That's us.
It makes me hate him more. This fucking makes me hate him more. He was there. He was fucking there.
I don't think I can just.
I knew it. Called it. Pound town. Pound it, dude. What? You knew it was coming. Or she was. Oh!
She needed that dick.
Thank you for volunteering your actions. There's probably the two guys outside. Let's hand in your one money.
Yeah, he's right hand him going.
Son of a bitch. I love that. Come on, Frank. He's fucking with you. You know exactly why he chose that spot.
Yeah. As I said, you ever heard the term being
Being
hostage? Damn, he messed him up. Damn.
Distract alone for him getting in.
I think he let him run in.
Fucking yell, man.
Look, that's all freaking Frank is, yelling.
Ah, damn. Dude, come on, man.
We never were.
Did you ever think the final fight would take place in a carousel?
I never really thought of that.
Nothing.
It was gonna feel like it was gonna come back here at some point.
Me and you, Frankie, we're the same.
Ah!
His face.
Wait, was he shot in the face or he shot in
The ricochet hit his face.
No! It went into his mouth!
That's why he said the ricochet hit the pole and then went into his cheek.
Oh, it's enough, Frank.
Hey, pretty boy no more.
It's enough of this shit.
Come on, Frank. Fight it.
The way they're doing these like quick montages in between is like throwing us all off.
You come out where I can see you, or I kill these kids right now. I never had anybody.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
You had us, Bill. Punisher. You're a crock of shit.
That's kind of the afternoon.
You always did care too goddamn much.
Oh! No! Matani! Guess she got her first battle scar. Physical battle scar. Oh! Oh! Oh, no, wait, counter. Asshole! Bitch! right through his arm. That's gonna hurt in the evening. Come on, Frank. One thing at a time.
I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's see you get back from that, bitch. Oh! Scrapes his face! Oh! Oh! Shit! Oh, shit! Scrapes his... Oh! Shit! Oh! Is it time for the other... Wait, is it time for the other side?
Dying's easy.
There you go!
Oh, right there!
In the face. Dying's easy.
You're gonna learn about pain.
You're gonna learn about pain.
Learn about loss.
Loss.
Every morning, I look for him. I look for him. But then I remember. It's gotta be the same for you. When you look at the ugly, mangled face, you remember what you did.
Yeah! Oh yeah!
You're gonna remember me.
Oh! You're gonna remember.
Oh!
And it got into it the other side of
Oh, his skin.
You're gonna
Oh,
remember me
shit. You
now.
remember me. It's like
Dying.
that, your face is gonna be a reminder of what
Dying
you've
is
done.
what you want. I'm not giving you that.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna make your. I'm gonna.
Oh wait, Madani.
Okay.
Help us.
This is like.
They look at him.
It's one of those. You pause. I bet you're wondering how you got into this situation. Well, it's a long story. Damn. I love that.
3 days later.
Yeah.
It grazed her head. That's what it was.
That's what it was. It grazed her. That's what.
Bullet to the head, you're still kicking it. Never cease to amaze me.
There, she's amazing with Daddy.
Damn, look at her eyes
That
though.
bullet was meant for me, huh?
Got a pass, Mr. Castle.
Pass.
The country owes you a debt it can never repay,
Oh shit.
and for that I am sorry.
Wait.
What you're sorry for is that the debtors at the past.
I know, right? What's
It's just a payoff. You guys want me to keep my mouth shut?
Pretty much.
You should live, but they have no idea if you'll ever regain significant brain function, or to what degree. You can wake up
Stat,
tomorrow,
plus being scarred about what his vanity being gone.
or not even his own name.
Jigsaw.
I hope he does. I hope he remembers everything. So that when I stand in front of him, he knows I played my part.
Smell that. You guys, come here.
Is it Thanksgiving around the time?
They're making it seem like it's the
This is
turkey.
gonna be great, Mom.
They said 6 months later, so yeah, it makes sense.
Well, I said 3 days later. This is still 3 days later.
Oh yeah. The battle day.
You know what, Frank? I've come to the conclusion that you are a shit magnet of the highest level.
You might be right, Kurt. You might be right.
So that was a brief.
That was the.
Yeah, it was the season finale. That was a brief way to end it, pretty much. Nothing like on a high point. It was just like a subtle type of where it's like it's calm and relaxed.
It's wrapping up the storylines, and it's coming to a conclusion between Frank and Billy.
Yeah, it's time for Frank to start moving on, pretty much.
That was, I think, easily that's the highlight of the episode.
Yeah.
Besides couple trying to have sex while their kids are in the next room over. But
yeah, exactly.
but that was definitely the highlight. So is that confrontation between the two.
Yeah.
Between what would no longer be Billy Russo, what would become Jigsaw.
Yeah, where essentially, he pretty much he essentially made Jigsaw. He's the one who pretty much did that to him. Where he wanted to make him suffer.
And only time will tell what will bring Frank and Micro back together.
Exactly, because it's like they're always a team, and throughout this season, you saw their relationship in a way develop. Where first it started off, of course, they didn't trust each other to pretty much the point where it's like it was understanding, Michael trying to understand his moral code, the rules that he lives by, pretty much.
Yeah. So and then by the end of it all, luckily, he's finally opening up about his time.
Yeah,
pretty much as a Marine.
Yeah, he's finally opening up, trying to speak to other people.
Yeah, he's finally he's gonna come to the conclusion about what happened.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised they didn't show it actually happened to his family. What happens to his family? I'm surprised they didn't actually fully show it. But it makes sense why they really did it. Because
it's like we've already known it's in bits and pieces, not only through this season, but also through Daredevil in a way, so then people could piece it together of what it looked like when it went down.
So yeah, definitely overall, very, very simple season finale, wrapping things up, and of course sprinkling on the potential for a season 2.
Yeah, season 2
where it's another well-known Punished villain, or where it's Jigsaw himself.
Yeah.
So, with that being said,
season 2 is still up in the air since the whole Disney and Disney deal going on with their streaming service thing, so nobody knows what's going to happen with this. If they're going to continue this.
So, season 1 review.
Okay, season 1.
Overall, I've told him this already. I think did I say this in the pre-show or didn't I?
You've said it already.
I already said in the pre-show. It's easily up there with
the first season of Daredevil.
Yeah.
It is literally up there with the first season.
And what I mean by that is not just because in terms of quality, but also because of the fact...
The pacing of it.
Well, yeah, the pacing of it. It's not just that, it's just the unexpected. Now, let's be honest. Going into Daredevil, I didn't know much aside from the Ben Affleck movie and the occasional appearances of the character in other animated stuff and things like that. So coming into it, not knowing much, but knowing enough, really helped stretch out what the story was and everything like that. Season 1 Daredevil did that, giving credence to what he became, not necessarily putting him in his iconic devil costume right off the bat, but essentially getting to that point where now he's known as the Daredevil.
Yeah, exactly. Here it's like people every now and then call him like Punisher, but randomly.
But it's not till the end where he's finally accepting what happened when he was a Marine, what happening now.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. And he's accepted that.
Yeah, and pretty much his progression this season was just from somebody who just wanted to live his own life to a point where it's it got to a point where there's more things to your family's death than you realized.
I brought that up to you previously, but it wasn't never a John Wick style show. Every episode he's going out killing a bunch of people.
Oh yeah, exactly. And
it took time. It developed all of its side characters. The ones we should really care about. The ones we should eventually start hating, things like that. Of course, Agent Orange didn't eventually show up again after episode 3 to a couple episodes later.
Yeah, exactly.
And it built up to them. All the characters, all the characters you really cared about for the most part. You cared about Madani, despite for the fact she was trying to hunt down Frank.
Yeah.
She and finding out what happened in Kandahar.
In Kandahar, pretty much.
You appreciated Micro, considering what he tried to do. He wanted to do the right thing, and it cost him.
Even with him though, that's why I said the relationship, throughout this season expanded, which I loved, because it got to a point where even in episode 12. You finally saw where he finally understood what Frank was saying. What about justice? Where you're like, well, what do you think about justice? But he's like, there is no justice. He starts to realize Frank is right. so there are times you have to take it in your own hands.
So, and let's see, we got his VA friend. I always forget the guy's name. His VA friend, who, at first you're thinking, oh, he's probably one of his friends who winds up dead by the end of the season. Luckily, he doesn't.
He doesn't, pretty much. Unfortunately, he gets beat with his own leg. Well,
we'll get to that in a sec. But I think for the most part, his friend was there at the right times.
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't always there telling him what he should and shouldn't do. He was just there when he needed to be there.
Exactly. He was there when he needed to be there for Frank.
Yeah, it was never a waste. I mean, even Karen, who's only in the first half of the season.
Yeah, she essentially was only in the first half of the season.
Even proves to be useful too, because and we find that out in the 2 episodes involving Lewis.
Yeah.
That despite everything, he's still a good person, and him, and Karen is one who helps him remind me, especially in those.
That's right. Yeah, because there are times when even Michael's like, "Who is she to you?" and he doesn't really respond, but it's like she's the only person in the beginning of all of this who pretty much always saw him as a good person, always saw him the good side of Frank. That pretty much accepted him for who he was. And that's how come he cared so much about her, because of that.
Yeah. Let's see. Then there was, of course, we talked about Lewis, who at first we really didn't know. Lewis Wilson, we didn't really know where they're going with him. We knew for a fact he's somebody who's something big happened to him while he was touring in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And something happened to him to where he had a severe. Easily, you could tell he has a severe case of PTSD.
Yeah,
and
pretty much what I really love when they went there is that because that's what the show really represented. Pretty much is that a lot of veterans and what they go through. Pretty much what they go through, especially what they're suffering through with PTSD and what sometimes how it's easy on some people, but it's harder for others, and that's what it showed in him. And that's where he was trying to connect with him, going, it's like he needs help. He needs someone to talk to. Yeah. He needs really somebody to see that you're not the only one who's going through a lot of this. And his character was, the psychological stuff that he went through, it was just, they did a really good job, which helped really ground the show. Like what we were saying in the last episode, the show is definitely well grounded where they were taking it. And just dealing with, a real life element like that, where some people don't realize, whenever we have these attacks and stuff like that, and we think it's terrorists or something like that, but it's actually our own people, but they don't realize sometimes, not all the time, but very, very small occasions, usually it's veterans dealing with hardship, pretty much PTSD with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. So, we'll get to Frank next, because I think one thing I liked what they did with Frank Castle was they showed that he's not perfect.
He's not perfect. He has.
Oh no. Okay, let me explain what I mean. Is that, as far as we know from watching the couple of other Punisher movies that come out and knowing bits and pieces here of the Punisher in the comics and the animated straight-to-video anime movies, that Frank was just somebody who just wanted to get revenge. He was a good person beforehand, and he just wanted to get revenge for his family, and then for eventually becoming a vigilante for justice.
Exactly.
This show did that, but did it differently. For example, Frank's not perfect. Frank did things that were bad. He did stuff that he will forever regret doing.
Yeah.
The first instance of that was when he killed Madani's partner. And when we found out he's the one who killed Madani's partner in that leaked video, pretty much, that Micro sent out.
Yeah.
Where he was the one who took the shot.
He was the one who did
and knew about the drugs and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I said he had his weaknesses there, pretty much, where he knew a lot of this, and that's why he said he was trying to do this to redeem himself because of all that happened.
And then we even see why, one of the first things that causes PTSD, which was when one of my favorite moments in yours too was the end of episode 3, where we see him take out everybody in that Kandahar, in that base in Kandahar.
Yeah,
pretty much.
When he really just lets all out. He literally just, because it's that was a cool scene in itself, because it's we heard about it in Daredevil, where his colonel at the time was just it was unbelievable. He just literally, we only saw him. Our base was all fully covered, and you know, by the time the helicopter got there, it's like all we saw was him. All he had a gunshot wound, but that was about it. But he was still walking pretty much. He took on almost all of them, and we got to see that here, what he went through, what he did. Because even like he told the Micro's son pretty much, he's like, you know, I enjoyed killing. You know, I enjoyed what I did. I really did. You know, I enjoyed violence.
Oh, and
that's
one
like
of the more grippy moments when he held the
Oh yeah, when he holds a knife to the kid, he's like, you really want to do this? He's like, it's like, are you serious? And it was just a kid. You know, he was just scared. He was just very scared.
Now the villains were a bit mixed in this one. For the most part, we knew who the villains were after, like, especially after episode 3. We knew who the villain was. Agent Orange. We knew Billy would eventually become a dick. By the way, I give props to the actor who played Billy.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at first you're like, it's probably going to be one of those Smallville situations where he just eventually becomes a dick to him, becomes a villain. Then it gets to that point where you sit there and go, switch.
Yeah.
When you find out that offer he had for the boat thing was all a trap, and then we go into the next episode seeing that Billy's kind of a dick.
Yeah. He's actually a dick pretty much, and he just
complete.
Well, even more of a dick when he goes to his mom and still continues to drug her up. You know, it's just like you're just like, holy crap.
Honestly, what I mean is the villains are mixed. Is like there's no. I guess it's a tiny nag. Aside from another thing I'm gonna bring up a little bit is that there's no real one villain. There is just it's a kind of a mix of two in a way with. You know, after we find out about Billy / Jigsaw, and then eventually when we find out more that Agent Orange is the one who's using Billy as well.
It kept going back and forth because the reason you're saying that is because it's like he's trying to get information, and on the side, they know what's going on, but they're not really doing much about it.
Yeah.
But he's getting closer to the information, and the moment he starts getting closer, that's when then the villains start kicking in. Then start showing more face.
You know, I actually didn't mind that. Like I said, the villains were a bit mixed, but I think in the end, it took, blinking on it, sorry.
It took a while to build up.
It took a while to build up, and that was fine, because, like, they were piecing it together. Micro and Frank were slowly piecing everything together, and things like that. So next up would be Micro's family, which I was surprised. Like, I thought there was going to be one episode. We see that, like, he's keeping an eye on their family, and that's it. You know? But no, Frank gets involved with that. And that was I think that was a good way of doing that.
In a way, because
it not only showed how much Micro cared for his family, but it gave more, like, heart to Frank.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Frank is a good guy, and that's what he was doing when he was going over there as P. Castiglione.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's funny how they first met. And like the knife part, the part where he talks to the wife, the accidental kiss, which led us to one of the more funnier, I guess, moments when they just get drunk and just started talking about Micro's penis size.
Yeah.
But for most part, the family worked too because it helped establish.
It helped Frank in a way, pretty much. In a way,
show how he's still
human. He's still. A normal man inside. He's still a regular person like everybody else.
Yeah. Despite his flaws and things like that.
Yeah.
But I think, I guess next, any standout moments? Standout moments? Favorite episodes?
I don't know. I really didn't pick on a specific episode or anything like that because it was just. To me, it all flowed together pretty much the way it was going throughout. I mean, there were certain points where it's like he was on a killing. I would have to say, I think what I have to say is probably when we find out what really happened in Kandahar, when he pretty much took on all those people.
Oh, pretty much episode 3.
Which is, I think would be my standout episode because we finally see what he went through, how many people he took on, and just all that shit he went through. Okay,
I think another one of mine is the Colonel's office scene where he has to dodge the anvil while like the phone gets cloned pretty much.
Yeah,
that was a pretty cool scene. I think my favorite moment is when he fucking punches Like when he first punches Frank punches Agent Orange in the face. Damn, that was a hard punch.
It was just one solid hit, and that's what he did to his eye.
Damn.
How he messed up his eye there.
This showed my really badly and stuff like that.
And again, this show even had a good emotional parts, pretty much, where him, just going through what happened to his family, those hallucinations he had, even like in episode 12, where it was very hard because it's like, he had the chance to say, let me just let it go, let me let it go and go to my family, stuff like that. But he's like, I'm here already. I'm home. I'm truly home. Where I need to be.
Yeah. I think even the filler, what was supposed to be filler, it was those couple episodes of Lewis in the hotel.
Yeah.
Even those couple episodes worked too, because like I said before, it helped establish not only how much of a dick Billy is, but also help put more pieces together into everything.
Everything in, because that's when he finds out pretty much Billy is,
Yeah.
That's when both Frank and Madani find out that Billy's the one, pretty much, who knows more than they, is connected to all of this, pretty much. That's when they both realize, and that's when it started coming together. That's when everything started coming together, being woven together.
Yeah. I think we haven't mentioned it, but I think if it wasn't obvious already, I think John Barrett overall did.
Oh, he did. Just like in Daredevil, he did a phenomenal job throughout the season.
Yeah.
Playing this character, playing this role.
You can tell, aside from actually doing research on Marines and things like that, even researching about Frank Castle, it feels like you also researched some Rambo, just a bit, because of the, what I'm talking about, the yell.
Yeah, I know.
The yell.
But yeah, I mean, that's one thing. I know one thing that they'll probably ever bring up when they do, if they do, the trailer, honest trailer for Punisher.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you're probably gonna be like, there's a lot of yelling.
Yeah.
Which it was. He did a lot of yelling throughout the season.
But I think overall, he did what you're supposed to as an actor. He made the character his own.
Yeah.
Even though he gives Batman voice most of the time.
Yeah, he had that, but there are times when it's just like, it was meant for a purpose.
Do you have a favorite? Okay, since you have a favorite moment, do you have a favorite action scene?
Oh shit!
I'm not talking just like a gunfight, just a favorite action scene.
I really don't know.
Like for me, it's between the opening one in the first episode and the one in episode 11. Was it 11 or 12? The one where he has the gunfight at Micro's headquarters.
I believe that's episode 11.
Yeah,
because episode 12 is when they pretty much are interrogating him, right there, and that's when he kills Agent Orange, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think episode
11, I would have to agree, because, I think Daredevil pretty much made it its own, where they had those hallway scenes, or this way. I was really hoping they were going to have that here, but I'm like, no. That's something only for Daredevil. That's how come they did it. That's how come they did it in Daredevil for him, because it was something only Daredevil show can do and it can achieve. I was really hoping for that here, but with like guns or something like that. But they kind of did close to it with that scene in episode 11, where he literally took on everybody and freaking chopped the guy's head and attached a fucking grenade to it.
Oh my! See, why do you think that's one of my favorite action scenes?
That was just overall.
That and finale fight between Billy and Frank was one of my favorite action scenes too.
Exactly, and like
God, when he scraped his face along the broken glass.
Ooh yeah.
Oh, that hurt.
And even after that, even when he just smashes it in his face, and then the glass sticks into his face right there on the left side there. And it's just like, oh man, yep, he's creating Jigsaw.
Oh,
he's
definitely.
He's creating them.
So now the question remains: what will become of Pete Castiglione?
Yeah.
Will the main villain of a potential season 2 be Jigsaw? Will be another well-known Punisher villain or Marvel villain? They've done that a couple times where it's a villain from a different comic book.
I don't know. I would say it's good. I would say leave Jigsaw out of it. Maybe till like the second half of the season, or
will he? Oh, sorry to interrupt. Will he encounter? Not only will he encounter Karen again, but will he counter Daredevil again?
Not even that. Will he ever be? Because I know Punisher compared to the Defenders, any other show.
And if you're talking about team up, John Barry.
No. I don't mean team up.
Okay.
I don't mean team up. I'm talking about, will this season be the type of season where we're going to stray away from New York? And what I mean by that is because Punisher was always never centered in New York. He was always traveling. He was always
that was going to be like the question after what I was going to say.
Like I said, I believe that, he'll be more traveling this time around. But like I said, I think for Jigsaw, either they leave him out completely, or if they want to bring him in, I think leave him to like the second half of the next season.
Well, we'll see.
But I think... Sorry.
There you go.
But I think pretty much the second season should be more of now him... Because here, he's like, this season was more of, he's finally solved everything about what happened to his family, he killed everybody, but now it's a matter of, he's going to start doing this more as a vigilante, where he's going to start this straight up, saving people, but, his own way, his killing ways, where it's like they deserve to die. That's why I see where it's like it slowly builds up to that, where, but like I said, because I've seen the list of villains he's taken on a certain video on YouTube pretty much, where they show the top 10 villains he's ever taken on in his universe pretty much, in the Punisher's world. And I wouldn't mind seeing like another villain try to take him on, just another random one. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm really hoping season 2 does happen.
Same here. My question was gonna be, I was gonna say like we could possibly see, I don't know, the fate of Kingpin for season 3 of Daredevil. Yeah. But we could see Kingpin hire some goons to go after him.
Yeah, maybe they bring in Kingpin this time around, pretty much taking, this time trying to stop Frank, or he interrupts something that Kingpin's been working on slowly. Yeah. That would be pretty cool. Like you said, like another Marvel villain, another unknown Marvel villain that we may know of.
Who knows? Only time will tell. So, other than that, I think, sorry, let me rephrase it. Overall, I think it's a fantastic series. If you are squeamish, but you can get past the parts where it gets very...
Really, 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 really bloody. This is the bloodiest Marvel show so far.
Yeah. If you can get past those parts, this is another solid Marvel Netflix show. Mm-hmm. Definitely way better than Iron Fist.
Yeah, this is a huge leap away from, forward of what, Iron Fist should have been.
So I honestly would definitely recommend it. Overall, this is easily up there. This is the first Punisher TV show, so I think
successful. Because even the last episode, the only one known person that we know of that's a huge fan of the Punisher is actually my coworker, and he got to watch the whole series pretty much right away, and even he looked at me going, dude, I loved watching the Punisher. Even he's like, this is my favorite by far, for Punisher.
I never brought that up. You know what? When I finished episode 12, you know what I thought of? It's a mix of both of the last two Punishers we've got.
Yeah, it's a mixture of both.
We got the Thomas Jane one, which is unique ways applying, not only unique ways applying revenge, but clearly a man set on it.
Yeah, he has a certain goal.
And then we got the Ray Stevenson Punisher Warzone Punisher.
For the action.
Where he was more deadlier, he was more action based, he was shooting people left and right.
Yeah.
I think it was a good blend of both of those.
It was a good combination of both of what we've been wanting for the Punisher, what he should be from the comics and stuff like that.
And personally, me, John Barrow's on the top for best Punisher. Overall.
Yeah, overall. Even my friend, pretty much Travis, he mentioned that he's just like, this is my best one. He's like,
I think the main reason is that this was the most fleshed out version of the character. This one got time. We got 13 episodes.
I think
it show why you should care about what the Punisher is doing.
I think it needed more to be a show than a movie, because a movie, it's like you're squeezed in so much that sometimes you can't get enough of what this character is or who this character is.
I think that's one of the biggest positives is people really get to see what makes Frank Castle the Punisher.
Why does everybody love Punisher? Why does every, for those fans who love him or, who don't understand where he's coming from, this is the perfect show for, for those to truly understand what Frank Castle's about, why the way he is, you know, especially in the comics, the way he is.
Yeah.
You know, who, you know, with all of this. So this season, like I said, it really defined who the Punisher was.
And
you know, is. And hopefully maybe also in the next season we get more of, you know, when he starts taking on the name Punisher, you know, because we have elements of that here and there in this season, but not fully.
Well,
you know?
it's
it's subtle. I know.
No, it's subtle. Like except for Iron Fist, like nobody. Look, I know we can talk about Iron Fist for a whole nother video, but I just want to get. I want to get this video wrapped.
I wasn't.
Oh,
really,
you weren't. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. What I liked is like we don't call like what I love what the Marvel shows have done is, you know, you're not calling him Daredevil, you're calling him Matt, and his name, that is his name, but they're not like bashing it over your head, you know.
Well,
So,
I know that. I'm just saying that because, like I said, everybody knows him as you know, Daredevil, or they know, like I said, in Iron Fist, they freaking just kept dropping. He kept dropping the same name. I'm the Immortal. It's like we get it. Here they did it very subtly, but hopefully
perfect. You know, that's perfect. That's a perfect way of saying how to do it right
and how to not to do it
right.
How to, you know,
with Daredevil being how to do it right, which is you bring up the name, but you don't always bring up the name.
You don't always bring it up. You know, maybe you say in the articles or this or that, you know, but in Iron Fist, freaking Danny Rand kept reminding us, we get it, you're the fucking Immortal Iron Fist. It's like, at this point,
I'm gonna shove my iron up my fist up your iron ass, okay?
You know,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it gets to the point where a lot of people keep saying the same thing. You agree? Even the defenders like, who? Because it gets to the point where you get annoyed to the point where I don't care anymore.
Okay, we're getting sidetracked.
But anyways, like I said, it's the right way of doing it and the wrong way in the wrong way of doing it. And Punisher, they did it right, but like I said, I'm just hoping we get a little bit more. We're out of it pretty much. Well, I'm not saying like, you know, throw it always in our face, but you know, where he starts to refer himself more as like the Punisher and stuff like that. A little bit more, not too much.
I like he doesn't have a line like Thomas Jane did at the end of the Punisher, the second Punisher movie. As long as he doesn't have that line, call me the Punisher. You know, as long as he doesn't fucking say that. Look, that's me.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying pretty much, you know, where it gets to a point pretty much where, like I said, he doesn't call himself that, but at least once in a blue moon, every now and then, you know, he refers himself in the third person sometimes. It's like the Punisher needs to do this.
Completely off track. Do you remember in season 1 of Arrow when Merlin's suggesting names and he says Green Arrow and fucking Oliver goes, that sounds stupid. I'm like,
that sounds stupid. But then how many seasons later?
5-6 years later.
It's like
you see what
I'm the Green Arrow, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, like I said, the point I'm making is that hopefully he shows a little bit more, and especially, you know, with his vest, because it seems like in this season he only put it on when he wanted to make a statement. You know, it's like he knew he had to make a statement and to show people this is who I am and things like that. You know, so that's all I'm trying to say.
So other than that, finally getting to the other than that.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk some more about something like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like it's just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about the Punisher, hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're also mobile, hit that bell icon.
Yeah, and again, just let us know, you know, your thoughts on this season overall, even the finale overall, of what you thought of it, what you didn't liked or didn't, you know, just a mixture of anything. We like to hear what you guys have to say. Like I said, we thought this season was the right track they needed to get back on for Marvel, for the Netflix series, because Iron Fist didn't do well, Defenders was alright, and I think we needed this to show that, okay, they still got it. They still know how to do a good season for, like, or a good character for a show. You know, because, you know, until next year, this is going to last us for a while.
Yeah.
Because they did a phenomenal job this season, even for this season for Punisher. So I really can't wait to see it, and like I said, can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this show overall. You know, what you can't wait for, what you want to see in the next season, what characters maybe you may know of that you want to see that come back in the next season, or you want to see Jigsaw come back.
We never bring that up. The second there was 3 people that came back from other Marvel Netflix shows.
We had the
there
cop.
was the cop, Karen, and then the arms dealer guy.
Yes, thank you.
The arms dealer guy from Daredevil.
I was sitting there going, is this a guy again? Even my friend Travis was like, Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's in the other season.
Oh god, that was our favorite moment. The pink sniper rifle.
He's like, what? It's a birthday present. You know, sorry, random thought, but again, like I said, you know, you can put down your favorite parts, or you know, funny parts, or your best parts that you loved or enjoyed. But definitely put down, you know, what you thought, and especially what you thought of our reaction overall. And thank you for watching.
Yes. So
go ahead.
On the next episode of SRB TV, we'll deal with something a little bit more lighthearted, which will be DCCW's finest taking on Nazis from an alternate dimension.
Yes, and compared to from last year's crossover, we only did one episode.
Yeah.
This year, we're going to be doing all 4 episodes, pretty much.
Well, mainly due to the fact that unlike last year, this year it feels like a full
because they said
mini-series.
Yeah, because last year was more of like a 3-parter. This one, last year was like a 3-part. This one is including from beginning of Supergirl all the way to the end of Legends, pretty much, because it would be that would end it up pretty much.
I also want to bring up the fact I used lighthearted and Nazis in the same sentence, and it came out really nice. The sentence came out really nice. So,
yeah, but like I said, we'll be doing that, and we'll pretty much be dropping episode by episode. Was it the following week, pretty much? From Monday probably all the way to up to Thursday for each episode, so you get a full-on reaction.
Yeah, this one's going to be a very lengthy SRB TV. So,
yes.
So get ready and get that popcorn popping.
Oh yeah.
So until next time, I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And that has been a very punishment-filled episode, not for us, of SRB TV.
See ya!
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you want to see any more of our videos, check out the playlist links down below in the description.
And you can also check out our Twitter account pretty much down below at Super React Bros.